Hi, Lucy. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. You?
Good. My name's Tara. The hair system expert, I guess you could say. So I'm here to kind of help you out to figure out what would be the best option for you with the hair system, or wig or topper, as you would like to call it. Give me a little bit of a background about you and your hair loss journey and what's happened so far with you.
Okay, so I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism when just after my first daughter, so that was about 13 years ago now.
Okay.
And it did just gradually start to get thinner and thinner over time. But it wasn't like a huge amount of loss all at once. It was just very slow and progressive. You know, it recedes at the front as well. So it's very thin all over, really.
Okay, yeah.
Not very nice.
So, I mean, how long have you been getting, like, so now currently you're wearing wigs, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And what made you go for more of a wig option versus, say, a topper option? Because you do still have your own hair.
I suppose I'd probably done research into wigs and hair loss, and wigs was the first thing that came up.
Okay.
And so I convinced myself, by the time I went for my wig appointment, I'd convinced myself that wigs was the thing I needed to do and get. She did mention at the time, she said, oh, you know, maybe a topper would be okay. But it was, for me, I'd done my research, it was wigs or nothing. So I actually hadn't heard about toppers at that point either. I didn't even know what they were. But it didn't sound good enough at the time because I was so desperate to have perfect looking hair all over.
Yeah.
That was my consideration at that time.
Well, the great thing about toppers is that, because especially when you have your own hair, you know, you can really use it as, you know, adding that volume and the length and the density and whatnot, but still having a little bit more freedom with your hair, with how you style it. Because I obviously, when you're wearing a wig, it's a little harder, ponytails, that kind of scenario, where with the topper, you can kind of get away with a little more styles, what you're doing with the piece. Now, the difference between that and a wig, wigs, you can kind of just put them on and that's it. With toppers, yes, you are more clipping them on in place to, you know, get them to stay on the head. So they don't just sit flat on the head. You would have to adhere them down with a clip or with some tape at the front. So, you know, just so you understand, there is a little bit of a difference. But I think, you know, it would be a great option for you to try out and see if you like it.
I actually had a question. Do toppers come with, so generally the lace front, because of my hair, because of the receding hairline, do toppers come with an option of a lace front as well?
We do have lace front systems. I had put together a few different pieces here that we can definitely take a look at. I know you had shared your picture with us earlier to kind of get a general idea for color matching, just so we had it in proper lighting. So we do have that. But just show you, I kind of have my two favorites at the beginning, so we can kind of give you a general idea. So this is what we call the Queen 12. So I'm just gonna kind of show you the inside of the system here, the topper. So at the very front, you've got all that nice lace. So yeah, that would be the part where you would add a little bit of tape. You would kind of stick it to your front of your hairline, and then you would have the poly around the perimeter, which is going to give you that security for any kind of clips that you want to clip on. So it's a fairly nice sized piece. It's not too small. A lot of people think that always, you know, toppers, oh, they're just going to be a small little piece. Like this is a fair size, which is going to fit a good diameter of the top of your hair. The color, so this is the one I picked for you. This is what we call the 1016. So it's like a level 10 with 16 highlights, because I noticed you had some highlights and darker bits in your hair. So I think it's going to be a pretty good match for you. Yeah.
You can already see it's really close.
The length is 12 inches. Now, I think you gave me 32 centimeters, I believe, what you measured. So your ends would just fall almost like a layer just close to yours, if not very close to your hair. So you'd have that nice look. Now, I always tell people when it comes to toppers, depending on what kind of style you're looking for, think of this as the top layer, right? So it can be a little shorter than your own hair to be blended in. You can cut them, so you can go in, trim it up, style it up to match your hair, give it a fringe, you know, so you have something if that's, you know, what you want, or keep it a little longer. It's really up to you. But it is a very, this is my top pick for you, but I do have another one to show you. So next we have the P45. Now this one's not in your color, but I wanted still to show it to you. So this is a completely all lace hairpiece or hair topper. It does have a reinforced lace around the perimeter. So you could still add clips to this and it would still hold the clips nicely. You still have that very nice lace front. So you would be able to go in and, you know, tape that to the front. Same thing, size, you know, you have a good amount of coverage at the top. We could get it in the same color. I just didn't want to have one here in the office. This one is 14 inches though. So it is a little bit longer. So you can get a little bit more length to it if you really want more of that bob look, you want a very nice clean look. This would be more of your option here.
How do the clips attach to that? Is that something that I would have to do?
We can sew them on. No, we could sew them on for you. Yeah, that's not a problem. So usually you're just sewing them on from temple to temple, around the back, obviously. If you're wanting to wear the system down further on your forehead, I always tell people your general rule of thumb is kind of 4 fingers to 3 fingers. That's where your hairline should sit, just to have a general idea. You don't want it too far down, and you don't want it too far back. So wherever you feel good, are you looking more towards this one or more of the all lace one?
I'm tempted by the second one because of the length.
Okay.
That extra bit of length.
Sure.
I do like a little bit. My hair was never this short. I only had it cut off because of how bad a condition it was in.
You're just wanting to make sure that you're extra gentle with the clips, because though it is a reinforced lace here, you just want to be that extra careful with that part there. And then again, same sort of idea, you're going to clean it exactly the same. So nothing's going to affect it in that aspect. But yeah, if you're going to be doing any kind of blow drying or anything like that, be very careful with it because you're gonna have to pin it via the lace, where the lace is. All right?
Brilliant, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, well, it was very nice meeting you and speaking to you all the way in the UK. It's
Yes, you too. I'm sorry about the time mix-up, and I'm sorry about the internet
No, that's okay. That's why these things are fun, because we never know what's going to happen.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks ever so much. Lovely
All right.
to meet you.
Thanks, you too.
Take care.
Bye, Lucy.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.